I'm Mark Levin, and this is Life, Liberty, and Levin. Before we get started this evening, I want to make a comment. I watched this clip of Barack Obama on 60 Minutes where he's attacking the President of the United States, and he believes these challenges that are taking place in the states are undermining democracy. He's put out an 800-page book. You'd think he's Winston Churchill. I think this is his third autobiography. Well, I want to say something to President Obama, the other so-called iconic figures in our republic, Republican and Democrat. Don't you damn lecture us. For 4 damn years, the FBI was involved in trying to undermine this president. The intelligence services trying to undermine this president. They tried to remove this president from office, a phony criminal investigation, a phony impeachment. One effort after another, the Russia hoax. You dragged the American people through the dirt, through your politics, because you wouldn't accept democracy, you wouldn't accept the Constitution of the United States, and now everybody's supposed to roll over. 72 million people voted for this president, and up to 72 million people don't like what they're seeing right now. Now let me explain the problem to the media. You're going around and putting microphones in the faces of state officials. Do you see any fraud here? Do you see any fraud here? They're the defendants in these lawsuits. You know, the good old days, we'd have reporters in the field looking into the allegations where we have hundreds of sworn affidavits under penalty of perjury from one end of this country to another, in one corrupt Democrat city after another. The machines will not allow our volunteer lawyers to get in and find out what's taking place. And so this is hard work. Instead, the media are fighting them. We have Democrats fighting them. We have propagandists fighting them, rather than trying to get to the bottom of this. Now, Al Gore had 37 days in frivolous lawsuits in 3 counties, 2 visits to the state Supreme Court, 2 visits to the United States Supreme Court. And what we hear is people declaring, who aren't even involved in these cases, who haven't even talked to anybody on the ground. It's over. It's over. Well, it may be over. It may not be over. What about the integrity of the election process? Let me explain in part what's going on in this country. Democrats and their surrogates in hundreds of lawsuits leading up to this election. What did they do? Earlier and earlier voting. Why? Why? I'll get to that in a second. Mail-in ballots. Why? Ballot harvesting. Why? No signatures, no comparing of signatures, no postal mark dates, extended vote counting. None of this is about good government. None of this is about the integrity of the election. They are enshrining and institutionalizing fraud. They're destroying the security measures that exist. The reason they want earlier and earlier voting and later counting and more mail-in votes is because when you show up to vote, the chances of fraud are minimal. There's election judges, there's registrations, you have to show your address and your name, you have to show an ID and so forth. If you have a mail-in vote that you don't even have to sign and you don't have a postal date on it, you have no security whatsoever. And so basically what's going on here is the Democrat Party, which has created these conditions for the first time in many states. That's why this is going on and on and on, not because of the challenges, but because of the changes in the election laws. So the Democrat Party says it's over, and they push out Joe Biden. The office of the president-elect, we don't have an office of a president-elect. We have one president at a time, and Joe Biden is undermining that president, Donald Trump. We don't have 2 foreign policies at the same time. We don't have 2 environmental policies at the same time. What's their hurry? They're the ones undermining democracy. And finally, they're the ones announcing how they're going to destroy our Constitution. They say, hurry up. We're undermining democracy. And if they win the races in Georgia, they're going to destroy the Supreme Court, destroy the Senate, destroy the legislative process, and destroy the Electoral College, and cut out all the red states from voting. But we're undermining democracy. No. Obama's undermining democracy. Biden's undermining democracy. Their whole damn party's undermining democracy. And it's about time the media in this country pay attention to what the hell's going on. Go into these cities. Follow the volunteer lawyers and see exactly what's taking place. And give us a hand so we can protect the right to vote and the franchise. Now, I've said enough. We have a tremendous guest.
Okay.
A tremendous